Hi, I'm Mark. This is my October review for Virgo Sun sign and Virgo rising. This month we have a lot of activity. We have 4 planets that are going direct, which will give us a boost of positive energy. We also have 2 different aspect patterns, which we'll talk about. But first of all, we need to look at Mercury. Mercury, your ruler, because he's retrograde at the moment, and he's retrograde until the 18th. But while he's retrograde, we can still work with him. And while he's in the second house, it's about values. So you need to examine your values and see whether you're focused on external items or values, or whether you are centered on internal values. Maybe there's time to change these now. The other thing you've got to look at is your finances. Are you wasting money? Do you need to look at your spending every day, and see where you can make savings so that you can build up a pot for a rainy day? On the 1st, Venus makes a sextile aspect to Pluto. That's to bring out really intense emotions. Pluto's in the house of love and romance. Venus is in Scorpio, so emotions will be very tense indeed. And it could be a time when you can examine these and see how they affect your relationships. Also on the 1st, for 4 days is our first aspect pattern, which I was going to tell you about, and this is a kite aspect. Now the kite is made up of an opposition, which is between the Sun and Chiron, and then a grand trine, which we had at the end of last month, and then 2 sextiles. So the opposition is the spine of the kite aspect, but the dynamism of the grand trine is helped along by 2 sextile aspects, which makes it very harmonious, and this turns the opposition into something that can be quite advantageous and can stir you into action. The kite can be a very powerful driving force. It can have very dynamic energy because of the grand trine, and it's aided by the sextiles. Now this kite is pointing towards the Sun. This is the focal point. This is the planet where all the energies focus on, and the Sun is in your second house. This is a time when you can use your abilities very easily and use them in the second house way. So finances, you can put a lot of energy into organising and creating more money and wealth, but it's also focused on your values. As we said with the Mercury being in that house retrograde, it's a time to focus on finances and plan things, arrange things so that you can have be in a better position in the future. There's an incredibly dynamic focus of energy on the second house this month for you, and there's a boost from Jupiter on the 3rd as a positive aspect from the 6th house. This will help you to reorganise and evaluate and look at your spending habits and see where you can make changes on a day-to-day basis. Also to do with your self-worth. This will give you more confidence to boost you up. Then on the 5th, there's a coming together of Mars and the Sun, and these 2 work very well together. So this is good, powerful energy that you can use to get things going. You've got 5 days of this energy, so make sure you use it well and use it to establish a routine or a budget or a financial plan going forward into the future. Now it is a very physical energy, so you can also do a lot of exercise or immerse yourself in a project that will use this energy up, and that would be great. On the 6th, we have a new moon, and this new moon is in Libra and it's in your second house. Now in Libra, it's about gaining balance. If you're out of balance, then you need to restore the equilibrium. Also in Libra, it's about fairness, it's about negotiation and diplomacy, so all these will be featured at this time. And then the second house is again about your finances, so it's a good time to think up new ideas and bring in new ideas for making money or budgeting. Then with the second house, it's also the house of Taurus. This is a time to connect yourself with the earth and do something that will be physically enjoyable, either exercise or gardening or something that will give you some satisfaction and a feeling of achievement. Then also on that day we have Pluto going direct. Now Pluto is also in an earthy sign. It's in Capricorn, so again this is beneficial to you being an earth sign, and it's in the 5th house of creativity, so transformation with creativity. It's a good time to bring in change, and it's a good time to look at your creative side and see where you can gain more from that. On the 9th, Mercury joins the Sun and Mars in that conjunction. And with Mercury retrograde, this will allow you to look within. First of all, with the Mars connection, Mercury will allow you to look at where you've been wasting time and where you've been wasting money, so that you can analyse this and make the changes necessary. And with the Sun, it's about your self-worth. See how your light shines. Does it shine brightly? Are you using your full potential? Are you living your dream? If not, again, you need to make those changes. Also on the 9th we have an aspect with Venus. Venus in your 4th house makes a conjunction with the South Node and an opposition to the North Node. Now when Venus conjuncts the South Node, it can bring back blasts from the past. So you could have things come back. It could be people, it could be events that you think, oh, this is deja vu, I've been here before. Could be behaviour patterns that you slip back into on this day, but just be wary that the past has got nothing new to teach you, and the way forward is through the North Node. The North Node is in your 10th house, that's your destiny. So it may be that there's fear about pushing forward, maybe fear about expressing your feelings, but it'd be good to do this, and it'd be good to step towards the North Node and step away from the past. On the 11th we have an aspect between Chiron and the Black Moon Lilith. Now the Black Moon's in your 10th house. This is a good time to be the person that you want to be. Dare to be different, because with the Black Moon in Gemini, it's about being yourself without needing the reassurance or the approval of other people. Chiron will help you achieve this. Chiron's in that 8th house. This is a time to express yourself with confidence, and also your sexuality with confidence, and do things perhaps that may be a little bit unusual, a little bit different, not too extreme, but just things that make you a unique person. On the same day Saturn goes direct. This is good because Saturn will help to steer you. Saturn's in the 6th house, which is your house, and he will help to steer you and guide you along your current path. On the 13th, Venus makes a sextile aspect to Saturn. Saturn's in your 6th house. It's a good day to chat to your superiors or your boss and clear up any misunderstandings regarding duties and responsibilities. Also, this can also be done within your daily routines. Then on the 15th, there's one of the best aspects you could ever have. It's between the Sun and Jupiter. Now the Sun's in the 2nd house of finance, so there could be opportunities coming your way with this aspect regarding finances and the future of finances. Between the 14th and 17th we have another one of those unusual aspect patterns. This time it's a mystic rectangle, and this is caused by 2 oppositions which cross each other, and these are filled in by trines and sextiles. So although we have oppositions, the effective oppositions are negated by the harmonious aspects of the trines and sextiles. Now this is centred across your money houses and across the career and home house, so these areas are activated. But the important thing is to not focus entirely on one area, but to keep centred at all times, so that all planets can function equally at the same time and the energy can be combined. Now this is a very good aspect. This is in the fire and air signs, so it's very positive. There's a lot of action, a lot of energy there, and it's also, these signs are masculine, so it's very much a doing and achieving. It's a good time to make use of any talents and abilities you've got. Between the 16th and the 21st we have our second kite configuration, and this time the focus of the kite is Mercury. Now Mercury's in that second house, but it'll be interesting to see what pans out, because halfway through this configuration on the 18th Mercury turns direct, so this could be a very important factor. Remember that the kite can be a very successful time, it can be very dynamic with energy, and also it can be very stabilizing. So this could have a good effect on your, not only your finances, but on your values and your worth as well. This could be a great boost of confidence. So keep an eye out and see if you can sense a change in the energies around the 18th. On the 17th there's a square between Sun and Pluto. Now the signature of this aspect is to purge. Pluto's in the 5th house. Is a good time to purge any old relationships that are still hanging around, get rid of them, make way for new, and also to get rid of any creative blockages that have been holding you back. And with the Sun being in the 2nd house, you can purge on the monetary side, get rid of things that you no longer need, and perhaps raise some money for some new things. Then on the 18th Jupiter goes direct. Now this is a good positive sign, and on the same day Jupiter makes an aspect with Mars. This is a positive aspect, and this will give you tremendous energy in your daily work and routines. It's a good time to tackle a physical project. It's a good time to get things done and be very practical. And if you can't use the energy, if you're behind the desk, make sure you do some exercise to help the build up of frustration or irritation with the Mars energy. On the 20th we have our full moon. This time it's in Aries and it's in your 8th house. Now the full moon in Aries is about being brave and being bold and trying something new, starting something new. And in the 8th house is about balance and intimacy, give and take in your relationships. And also about finances, balancing finances. Also there may be a large expense, a big purchase, or you could need to balance the books a bit and pay off some debts. Then on the 21st there's another powerful aspect. This time Mars makes an aspect with Pluto. Now this is a very high energy aspect, and Pluto in that 5th house of creativity means that you can do something physically creative. It's not, again, not another mental job. It's just to use your physical strength and do something in a creative way that could be transformative as well. On the 26th, Venus squares Neptune. This is always a tricky one because you're not really in the real world on a day like today. Your imagination is fired up, it's very good for creativity, but it's not good for doing down to earth tasks. And you may be a bit unrealistic in your relationships. Then on the 28th is a much better day. Venus makes a positive aspect to Jupiter. This is a day to socialise, have a bit of fun, just take it easy and generally enjoy the day. It's a feel-good factor today. On the 29th we have our last aspect. This is a square from Sun to Saturn. This is a day when your energy might be a bit low, you might be a little bit under the weather health-wise, and if there's anything wrong, Saturn will point out any weaknesses. Your daily routines may be disrupted or limited in some way, and generally it's a day when you're going to battle against things. But the thing is, Saturn is trying to tell you something, trying to point out something that you need to concentrate on and work on. So just watch out for that and then act accordingly. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the October review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd love to hear from you.